Today's movie is The Forger, and I have to say that I haven't seen such bare minimum filmmaking since I was put in charge of watching the security footage during my stint as a mall cop. Seriously, if this movie had any less effort put into it, it would be a Nuketheshark video. Aside from John Travolta's wig, I can't say that there's any individual aspect of The Forger that strikes me as completely horrible. But there is nothing, absolutely nothing to like about this movie. If we're defining bad as a lack of good, then The Forger is a worse experience than getting eaten alive by polar bears, because in that admittedly horrible situation, you might be able to find the tiniest bit of joy in knowing that you're feeding an endangered species. This movie has no such joy. The Forger markets itself as some kind of heist movie in which John Travolta needs to steal a painting with the help of his dad and his son in order to stay out of prison. As it turns out, it's more of a melodrama in which Travolta tries to help his dying son live it up before cancer puts him in the ground. His son wants to do things like meet his mom for the first time and have sex. In retrospect, I probably could have worded that better. This cancer father-son-grandfather stuff is boring because the characters are completely one note. Travolta is a regretful conman who wants his son to like him. That's the full extent of his character. Nothing he says or does goes beyond that. The grandpa, who's played by Christopher Plummer, is a grumpy old man who loves his family. Nothing more. The son, who's played by Ty Sheridan, is, he's really not much of anything besides dead in a few months. The cancer is pretty much all there is to his character. I don't want to give you the idea that there's no heist stuff at all in this movie. It's there, it's just kind of pushed to the side for the cancer stuff. And honestly, it's just as dull. Everything goes off without a problem and you wonder what all the fuss was about since they seem to have it under control the whole time. Worse, there's no sense of showmanship in the filmmaking. The director's approach seems to be just setting the camera up and keeping everybody in the frame. Every good heist movie has at least some visual flair. This looks like a made-for-TV movie, and if you look at the director's IMDb page, you can understand why. That's all he's done. Side note, what's going on with John Travolta's face lately? It looks like someone took it off and then put it back on again. Overall, The Forger is just a waste of time. It's not good, and it's not bad in any way that's interesting. I give it a 3 out of 10.